The video for today, the information I'm about to present to you today is really crazy. First, listen to what Chris Larsen says to this. I want to do a little mic drop moment when he was asking you. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because this one is going to be spectacular. You will be completely convinced that the value of XRP will be considered dirt cheap at $10, $20, $30, and so on. Did you purchase Bitcoin when it was at its lowest point? Look at his response. Is it true that you were able to accumulate Bitcoin during that initial period, or were we more preoccupied with developing an improved version of the platform? Bitcoin is an intriguing concept. It was true that one of the things that kind of troubled the early developers of what became XRP Ledger was the how not green aspect, and that's a problem that still exists today. It is overly consuming energy in vain. Whoa, that comment right there is important and ought to be making a lot of you think. What takes place in the background? I do everything correctly. In front of your eyes, and you know this item is going to completely melt people's faces if you understand the educated ones. Nobody is prepared for what is about to occur, so one is leaving. I'm not giving out any type of opiate or even hope. Instead, I'm giving out accurate knowledge that I'll support with a montage video. That heads will turn in amazement. After 2 hours, Swift released the following statement, stating that they will be holding a small event tomorrow to unlock worldwide interoperability, the future of cross-border payments, and more before I go into this montage. I want everyone to know that XRP is currently worth 48 cents, or even cents because XRP is driven by demand and its utility. It is remarkable that it has stayed at these levels since its birth. After all, if you're catering to a multi-trillion-dollar ecosystem, why would this asset go anywhere until you get everyone on board and ready to transition? Do you get what I'm trying to say about getting into the new infrastructure? When you consider that the price of XRP has truly done what it has done, and you can see how it all transpired right here, after this is where things really got serious. You guys have seen the entire video I made for the IMF and World Bank about how Ripple essentially gave them the World Economic Forum's pitch book, and they ran with it. Given where we are now, you could say that everyone should look at things this way. That is suit always comes back, and you consider Ripple and recall the early statements made by the House that, as far as you are aware, Ripple has established the bar so high that it cannot possibly be difficult for you. Trust me, I know. We discussed our testing procedure, and as you say, I believe this to be a fair bellwether case at this time. I believe that we might examine the Ripple test in this 1940s Orange Grove Supreme Court case. So, in the future, watch this video. I've added some new ones, but some of you may have already seen them. Inserted a few titles. Pay close attention. Considering how things are going, and after that, I'll give you a mic draw. Time when Chris Larsen states that he only serves as the cherry on top, but just while paying close attention, look at the screen. There is some writing here, which is quite impressive. In summary, our proposal is fairly straightforward. There should be an independent enterprise that can now function as a quasi-governmental organization. Strict regulations and the government can play a part in this, but as someone who has worked in government, I am aware of how challenging this can be. To carry out technical innovation in practice. As a government representative who was unable to create a medical website, I eventually turned to the commercial sector for assistance after 3 failed attempts. Completed, something needs to be constructed. The private sector must be involved in the construction process if it is to be completed on schedule and within budget, but that organization would create those standard norms. Potential for the whole current financial ecosystem, something that will serve as the foundation of trust upon which a lot of other things are created. This foundation will be programmable for banks, payment processors, and other standard protocols. Ripple is attempting to function as a payment rail for all money that is situated between the banking system and the upcoming new economy. Built upon that, the capacity to improve mutual comprehension of the capacity to link the various economies of the roughly 200 countries in the world and ensure that the payment system functions for you because you are aware of all the various company profiles. We took 3 economies, Singapore, France, and Switzerland, and combined their central bank digital currencies into a single automated market maker. More than 200 countries are connected by additional economic interoperability, especially when it comes to payments and infrastructure securities. Another hunch is that as more and more of the world is being constructed on top of trust protocols, we won't find out who will win for 3 to 5 years. Still, even if we do, the winnings will be extremely valuable. Since trust is essentially the cornerstone of any payment system, we must ensure that the payment architecture possesses the appropriate privacy safeguards so that users may feel comfortable utilizing the system. This is because any payment system must be constructed on top of a trust protocol. There are a ton of videos available, these are only a handful. The information you have just learned by listening to Chris Larsen speak here on XRP Ledger is only at the top of the iceberg. That is, in my opinion, far more related to XRP Ledger Plus features like compatibility with ILP. How do you have a single bridge after everything on the globe is interoperable? Money as an illustration, XRP significantly improves the efficiency with which value moves globally across borders and networks. This was essentially the fundamental concept. According to what I've learned, Ripple addresses 2 issues. Among the issues, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to destroy it. Like with the button, the value isn't it doesn't make sense to be so cheap, as you can see, as $5 and $10 are a far cry from profitable pricing. I doubt I'll be back, and this has nothing to do with Ripples. I don't work for Ripple paying me anything, but it would fail at $10 like Ripple based on what we now know about XRP. Would consider that unsuccessful if XRP was only $10. It's good, but it's not reaching its full potential. All I can say is, wow, this is XRP's entire potential. That's really astounding, which is why, in terms of privacy, take heed of what McAfee has to say about this. McAfee is a very clever individual who understands right from wrong. Pay attention to what he says, as well as what I'm discussing in terms of technology. Regarding Bitcoin's privacy, bear in mind that MC possesses a great deal of personal data on individuals. Alright, let's talk about that. Regarding the US government, this man is really intelligent. Simply pay attention to what he has to say. You already know it will always exist, and in my opinion, it will serve as our cryptocurrency store of value, but it won't prevail. Undoubtedly, for a plethora of reasons, not the least of which being, privacy. Then again, returning to what Mike said, there is no grudge here. Whoever does it will undoubtedly be extremely wealthy. The winner will take it all. Because more and more of these things are happening, all the winners will be quite wealthy, which is why I predict that the Ripple will be worth $1 trillion. A business like Ripple is expected to reach a valuation of over $1 trillion. This is going to be quite significant. Essentially, we have the Amazon. All of the early Tesla apples are being arranged just in front of our site, and you people are out there being distracted by, not by you people, but by the average person, you know? Being sidetracked by Solana and a girl telling Huck to do that kind of thing is awful. What a disgusting society we live in. That girl is now listening to podcasts, talking about her preferences. Oh my goodness, it's a terrifying world to be a part of. No to live in. Please share your thoughts with me in the section below. But dang it, with that said, gentlemen and women, please share your thoughts with me. Share your thoughts in the section below. Mikey is aware of this, which explains why he is currently on camera suckling Brad G's. You know what? I wasn't sure XRP would last because Ripple, the company, owns 60% of them now, but only 50% or so. I thought that didn't seem like a viable idea, but I was proven completely wrong. Bravo, Brad. You've met an institution in Garlinghouse and his group, Ripple. They care. The XRP army is genuine. Regarding their ecosystem around their coin, and you know, well, it has a use case, but it's the same as Bitcoin's use case. It's just another location for people to want to keep wealth, and a lot of them will be in the same situation. For the love of God, those who had doubts about XRP, please capture screenshots of anything you see in the comments on YouTube. I'll need whatever I'm taking pictures of. I plan to create a 200-page book with several comments. Can you imagine reading through the comments every time we turn a page? I am aware that you are discussing one peasant. Market capitalization, you have another person claiming to be the sole owner of the escrow, and so on. The list is endless. Let's pass $1 first, and we'll be back with another episode.